A very warm welcome. You're watching ICS TV. This is the Ballot Race Debate 2018, which consists of the aspiring or aspirants vying for the chairperson's seat. And it's happening here at East Africa Institute of Certified Studies, your career developing partner. My name is Dexter Mondi, and on the debate tonight we have Tony Mavaru. A round of applause for him. And we have Philbert Masenge. And we have Juma Collins on the far end. And we have Nasra Osman. And last we have Damaris, the incumbent vice. And on the other hand, I have my co-host, Mturi Vela. Mturi Vela, kindly tell us what's happening on your end.
Thank you, Dexter. Telling from my background, you can see the audience are ready on time, seated and waiting for the debate to commence. Talking to some of them earlier, they seem to be anxiously waiting for the debate to start and ask lots of questions to the aspirants. Back to you, Dexter Mondi.
Thank you very much, Mturi Vela. That's my co-host. And let's get on with the debate. I'm going to start with Damaris. In section B of your manifesto, you have stated that we have 2 libraries. Where exactly is this other library located?
Okay, what happened? I indicated 2 libraries, which I'm intending to open to advocate for another library to be information house, because people are asking, comrades are asking, why do you have a library in Stand Bank but you don't have a library in information house? It is unethic, or it is so bad that we have classes in information house, but you don't have a library in information house. We have to go to Stand Bank. So my idea was to have another library. If we can't do the expansion in Stand Bank, we have another library in information house. That was the real thing. Yeah.
So what if somebody was reading your manifesto and actually he or she believes that we have 2 libraries? Don't you think that will be a little bit...
Okay, it was a technical issue. And I'm sorry about that one, but I'm going to rectify on that.
Okay. And also, in the same issue, the library issue, you have also stated, that's in your manifesto also, that you're going to add more seats on the library. How are you going to go about this?
Okay, we have issues with the library, having few seats. And my aim is to add more seats because we have a challenge. ICS is growing day by day, right? And the way it is growing, some of us can't access the library because of the seats. You go inside there, you don't have a seat, you just wait outside, you wait for the people who are inside to walk out so that you can enter. So if we get enough seats inside, we are good to go.
So the thing is not even the size of the library, the thing is the seats.
If the expansion of the space will be big enough, that's how we are going to add more seats. Because the seats that are inside there, if we add more and the space is small, we can't even rotate inside. So I'm working, if I get that seat, I'll work on space and I'll work on more seats inside the library.
But you have not stated anywhere that you're going to expand the library.
Whoever was doing the manifesto, writing and everything, did so bad. But that is the real aim of that.
So it will be okay if I say that you left out the expansion of the library out of your manifesto.
Okay, it was a rush. It was a rush because when we were told that tomorrow is a debate, today you are having a debate, it was just a rush because we never planned for having a debate that day. So I did the manifesto in a hurry, and I'm sorry for leaving the space thing outside, but the real idea was to have a big space and have enough seats in the library. So that is the real idea. And if we have enough space, no one in ICS will be left out or standing in the corridors because he can't access the library.
And also, you mentioned issue of people sitting on top of the tables inside the library.
Yeah, you know why they sit on the table?
Actually,
Because we don't have seats.
We don't have seats.
Yeah.
Actually, our our source has it that no one ever sits on the table because we have a management there that looks at everything. So,
Let me tell you something. I've been in the cabinet, right? And because I've been in the cabinet, I've seen it all. When we wrote that silence in the library, we wrote no eating in the library, it's because all that was happening in the library. So me saying that you don't have enough space, people are sitting on the table, I saw it coming and I saw it happening. That's why I was saying no. If we get more seats, no one will sit on the table.
maybe if I quote you, say that you saw it coming, meaning it's not there.
I saw it coming and I saw it happening. That's
You saw it
what
come, so it's happening.
It happened.
It happened.
Yeah. That's why we wrote silence in the library, no eating in the library.
And maybe if I bring this to your attention, you've been the vice, right? Why didn't you think of bringing this change earlier? Why wait until now that you're running for the vice? I mean, for the chairperson, so that you work on these problems.
Okay. I came into ICS 2017, right?
Right.
It was September. When I came to ICS, I found out that we had a library, but the library was too tiny for everyone to access it, right? I had to give one agenda to bring it to Stand Bank to a big space, then I bring the other one. You can't bring everything and spray it, and you haven't got even a slice. You get me? So the main idea was we have a library first in ICS in Stand Bank, which is bigger than what we had in Information House, and then the rest follows. So the rest, when it follows, it is now when I want the chairperson, because the big things will happen when you have the big seats, so that you can finish whatever you started. The journey started in 2017, right?
Yeah.
And it will end if I take it 2018. Yeah.
So how sure are you, or how sure should the students be that you're going to bring this change? What plans or what strategies are you going to use to ensure that this comes to pass?
Okay. I've worked under the cabinet, right? I've known how to bring issues to the management because I worked under my chairman, who was Farouk, who is Farouk right now because it is outgoing chairman. So I've known how to bring agendas because this is comrades' issues. It is the voice of the comrades. So when I say that the things that I've said they are going to work, is the way you represent them. It's the way you are bringing them to the management. If we manage the small things that we have done right now, so far the library coming to stand. So the rest will be flowing because we have known how to approach the management with the issues and everything concerning the comrades, because comrades come first. The rest follows. Yeah.
Thank you, Damaris. My next question goes to Philbert. The expansion of the library, you haven't mentioned that in your agenda, yet there are classes, the classes are not enough. I mean, the classrooms are not enough, right? Or let me just repeat this question again. The expansion of the library, you haven't mentioned that in your agenda, yet the classes are not enough. It reaches a point that classes are held even in the library, especially the evening classes. The scarcity of rooms does not reflect anywhere in your manifesto.
Thank you for that question. First of all, as I said, and I quoted in my manifesto's expansion to the school facilities, i.e. the library. That's where I touched mostly, because I was focusing was what Damaris has said. I don't agree with her saying that we need to increase the chairs in the library. Why should we increase what's the essence of library? The essence of a library, people going there to study. It must have books, first of all. It must have books even out of the scope of what we need. Because the moment you have the books there, that's the essence of a library, because people are going to the library for them to study. So not to actually sit. So the moment you equip it with books, first of all, then we now check onto the expansion of the chairs. You cannot expand chairs also without also having the tables as well.
Let me just cut you short, I'm sorry. You mentioned that, I'm sorry, let me just repeat the question again. You mentioned of the expansion of the library. You mentioned that in your agenda, right? Yet, there are not enough classes. I mean classrooms. Sometimes we even see students, especially the evening classes students, we find them, having their classes in the library, right? So you haven't reflected anywhere in your manifesto the the bringing in of classes? Yeah.
That one is the bringing in more classes. You know, our population is increasing every day, and that's a challenge. Even before I came here, there's a class in communication whereby the students are so many. Even the teacher cannot get a chance for him to as well teach the students so well. So we are having a population that cannot accommodate all students in all the classes, cannot be accommodated in all the classes. So that's why we are looking forward to communicate with the management, at least even if they can get one floor, with this the RDS floor down here, which is empty as of now. They can at least talk to the management, the experiential managers of this, so that they can have this floor as well, so that we can be accommodated. We can have this first floor, we can have third floor, and we can have fourth floor that can accommodate all the students in all the classes.
And maybe if I bring this to your attention, you never mentioned that in your manifesto. Why?
Because it's focusing mostly on the library, and that's something that also came up and also already submitted my manifesto to you, and it's something that I've been thinking, because I wanted to write something in my manifesto that I'm sure of achieving, not something but what I've said about acquiring the first floor here, it's something that I want to mobilize, and so that I can take to the administration as an idea.
So are you sure this is going to work?
I'm very sure, I'm very confident. If these people have confidence in me, they will vote for me, and I'm going to show that I'm going to present them very well.
Okay, thank you. And my other question goes to Nasra. Pass the microphone, please. You have not mentioned anything to do with the library in your manifesto. Yet, according to the facts we have, students have been complaining about the small size of our library. Are you comfortable with the state of our library?
Okay, thank you for the question. I'm not comfortable with the library that we are having now because it is too tiny and we don't have chairs for students to be able to do their studies. That manifesto was sent to you because it was sent to you in a very, I was just told to send my manifesto while I was in class. I saw the message after a while. That is why, but it is in my manifesto. If I have to go back to my manifestos, and I'm not comfortable with the library because we don't have library down there. We're only having one library, and we are having two branches of ICS in the city, in Nairobi, actually. So how will those students in information house revise for the exams if we are not having another library there? And the one that we are having in here, Stanback, it is too tiny for everyone to go there and study. So for us to succeed, or for me, if I will get the position, the first thing is, are you close with the administration? If I will be voted in, then I know how to do it. I will just to management, and we will have another library down there for students to study.
Maybe if I say this, you knew very well that you are coming to the debate and we are going to touch on your manifesto. Why then didn't you, give us the whole list of what you're going to do? Does that mean that you're not?
No, I was very much ready, but we were told they will inform us about the date and the time. But that didn't happen. Actually, I had class from 8 to 4, so I just saw the message after a while. So I had to send it in a rush.
Okay. My next question goes to Tony. Your agenda states that you will increase the size of the library. How will you go about this? And what is that period of time should we expect, to have done this?
Okay. You know what? If I were elected on Friday this week by the people or by the ICS student, I make sure because of the increase of the number every month, the intake every month, I've come to realize in our library it is too small. And I'll make sure to talk with management to expand the library. But expand the library is by increasing the chairs and by providing high quality books. Because those books at the library are not that the book that we are taught in class. For example, for instance, a lecturer can come to class with a different book. When you go to the library, you don't get that material. See, you have to download the notes. Whereby you see, most of us, we don't have money to go through the internet. Maybe we spend our money, we give our money by our parents. See, so that's the point. I've come to realize we have a major problem in that library. Yeah.
So if you're given the seat today, how long will it take you to, expand the library?
Let the people talk. If what you need Friday, I'll change. I'll expand. I'll make sure negotiate with management.
Let me, maybe if I cut you short, I just want the period of time. Because you have just said that maybe a lecturer comes into class and he or she comes with a book which is not the one he or she is not supposed to be using, right?
Yeah.
So if you're to speed things up, in what period of time will you have done this?
Immediately after I've been elected.
Immediately?
Immediately.
Like the first week?
The first week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the second question, or my other question, goes to Collins. The state of the library appears nowhere in your manifesto. What can you say about this?
Thank you, Mr. Dexter Mondi. Firstly, let's set the truth. We cannot expand the library. We cannot. That's something which is cannot be done. We either add books, seats, or table, or hire another library. So that's why we need to be realistic. We are both students. I cannot lie in front of my fellow students that I will expand the library. What for? Let's add books, maybe students do, tables and seats. That's all.
So there is no way the library can be expanded.
No.
Even even if you're elected today, maybe that period of time which you'll be elected in, you want to tell me there is nothing you can do to increase the size of the library?
No, I'll be lying. I don't lie. We cannot increase the library. What we can do, it's partner up like the Kenya Library Association, the Buruburu Library, and other libraries in town. We cannot increase the library. Yeah.
And Collins, maybe if I just say there on you, you stated that you will request for a student council office, yet you understand very well the scarcity of classes. Don't you think that you should handle the most serious issues first, like the rooms?
But the student council are paid. If that amount is advocated to maybe an office at informational here, because they are paid and the students are suffering, they are biometric and everything. Let's set aside, that's rule, my manifesto number 706, student policy, where the student comes to the student leader to address his or issue before the student council or that student leader goes to the management. The student leader will act as a bridge between the students and the management. So me saying that the student policy, I need that. That's one of my manifesto. I really need that. Yeah.
Thank you, Collins. And maybe if I go back to Tony, maybe pass the microphone. Oh, he has a microphone here. Tony, when you say, that's according to your manifesto, when you say you will bring books from different authors, on whose expense shall it be?
About that manifesto, I think it was an error.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was an error.
Yeah. There's an error there because I didn't mention that. Yeah, I think there's an error there. Because according to my manifesto, it does not appear like that.
It does not, you're sure it does not appear anywhere in your manifesto? Even if we confirm right now?
There's an error because, let me explain to you. Because the way it came with the debate, we are shocked. About the day of manifesto, about the books, I don't know about that.
So you just claim that you don't know anything to do with your manifesto, claiming that you'll bring books from different authors. Nothing like that in your manifesto. You didn't mention that. Are you sure?
Yeah.
So what you're trying to say that I got the wrong information? Because you're the one who gave the manifesto yourself.
Okay. Let me explain that. Okay, let me come to the point. Okay, about the about the audit,
Mhm.
because try to tell me that it's my manifesto,
Mhm.
whereby let me cut across
Mhm.
by saying this. You find that there's different books, different out there per day. For example, you find the lecturers that come into our classes, taught us their books.
Mhm.
If you go to the library per day, you find that the books is different, material is different.
Mhm.
So it will make you to try your best to go to the lecture to assist to the book.
So if I may ask you, what are you trying to say about the qualities of the books in the library?
I think the quality of the books is low.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because most of the students are complaining.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So thank you. Back to Damaris. Maybe if I may ask you these brief questions. How many students do you think the institution have?
Nairobi branch only.
Only Nairobi branch.
We are almost 6,000 or something.
6,000. And according to your manifesto, you will put up dispensers at specific point. On whose expense? And
Okay.
since we are serving what have you said again? 6,000. Since we are serving 6,000 students. Okay, on whose expense? And how many dispensers are you planning to bring?
Okay, this is an idea that we had with the previous Hussein Mohammed, Abdi Hussein, who was the Secretary for Health and Environment. The idea that came up that the comrades are suffering a lot because they don't have water. So I was thinking, what if we come up with dispensers in at least let's say at the reception, we have 2 of them.
Mhm.
In the class, we don't have 1, but in the library, we have 2.
Mhm.
In information house, in the receptionist, we have another 2, because I can't say that we put in classes.
Maybe if I cut you short, you said, are you the one who
No, I'm not the one who's going to. I'm not the one who's
who
going
brought
to,
those one?
yeah,
The one who brought those what do you call dispensers?
the expenses of the
Not the dispenser. You just said how many do we have at information?
information. We have 1 right
Mhm.
now.
Were you the one who was behind the motion
No,
to
it's
bring?
an idea that we brought forward.
So the ones which are there were your idea.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So if we work on bringing more, because students are suffering a lot because of buying water now and then because of the heat and everything. If we add more in the receptionist rather than putting them in classes, because not everyone who has a good agenda for the other person, so we can't put them in the classes because this is water that we are taking in.
Mhm.
So if we put them in the receptionist, no one can interfere with it. You just come, you fetch your water, you go to class, or you take it and put.
On whose expense?
Okay, it is not under my expense, as I say that.
Mhm.
It is an agenda that I'm going to bring forward to the management. And if it is going to work, we are going to bring more. We work on 1. If we have
So,
managed to work on 1,
Let me just cut you short. You're not sure if it will work.
it will. If we manage to work with 1
Mhm.
at information house. We never used to have 1, right? We have 1 right now, yeah? We can bring another 1because it is agenda that we're bringing forward. We bring another 1 more. 1 in information house.
So what
1
you're
in-
saying is that you'll keep on adding the
Yes.
dispensers until it reaches the capacity to serve 6,000 students.
It can serve
Mhm.
if the student will be willing to step in for the change.
How will the students step in for the change?
Because if we mobilize, if we work together, we can work and come up with this. Because this one came up with a project that we had for EcoCrab.
Mhm.
That's why we were appreciated to be given that dispenser that is informational.
Okay, thank you very much, Damaris. To Collins. You have plans of coming up with a donation kitty. It was once active, then it failed. What plans have you to ensure that it does not collapse as the recent one?
Thank you so much, Mr. Dexter again. The recent one collapsed because of bad governance. The governance which we have now, they need follow-up with my able cabinet, which will be soon be authorized to rule ICS College. We have a program like Saidia Dada, of which we'll be having this always sanitary towels, and at least get their pants and clothes for donation. So every day we'll have a box, like a box at Stand Bank and at Info. Yeah.
Okay, back.
Can I answer that?
No, you're not supposed to answer that. That was for Collins. We're going back to now to Nasra.
Project. She's still in the project.
Who's stealing a project?
That project that you're saying for sanitary towels, everyone knows here that I'm the one who endorsed the project. Under the Eco Crab, the crab that I say, which is called Eco Crab.
Is that club still active?
It is up to date because we have to register the crab under the county government.
Mhm.
Right now, it has 150 comrades who are in that crab.
Does it benefit the institution anyhow?
Yes, it does.
So far, how many projects have you come up with?
I have that one for Eco Crab, which is called Environmental Crab Organization. We are coming up with more because it was in a short period
Okay,
when Hussein Abdi left us, and he left that burden on me, and I had to take that burden to step in for the comrades.
Is it still active? How many students have benefited from that project?
I say the 150 who are in the crab because we haven't been given the project by the county government to go outside Nairobi. We are only working in the county government inside Nairobi. But if we are given more projects, we are going to expand.
So what you're saying is that Collins Juma has just stolen your idea.
Yeah, that is an idea that I had. And whoever who is inside here can be a witness. I announced that project right in front of my comrades, and I told them to step in for me. We mobilize mainly sanitary towels, we put them in the box, and we donate to the marginalized areas. Those students, those pupils, or people who can't afford a pad in the marginalized areas.
Collins, what can you say about Damaris's claim?
I cannot react to that because that's falsehood. I don't steal from women, first of all.
Okay, we are taking a short break, and when we return, we'll be going to the audience for some of the questions which they will be having. That will be with Mturi Vela.